What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play Hyrule Warriors Legends. In the last episode we took on the second mission of Linkle's Tale, the Demon Lord's Plan, and in this episode, well, we're going to move right along and take on the third mission, which is Powers Collide here in Lake Hylia. So, let's get going. Of course, we need to choose our weapon, and I'm going to go with this one. And now we just need to pick our fairy. Let's go with Daphne because it's recommended, and that seems good to me.
At the Water Temple, Princess Zelda and Impa had defeated Wizaro, the Twisted Wizard. They returned to their own realm ahead of the others. Rudo and Darunia stayed behind in order to patrol the grounds and keep vigil. But they suddenly found themselves drawn into battle when they were attacked by a new wave of monsters. It was the Dragon Knight, Volga, who led them. He set his wrath upon Rudo and Darunia and drew them into a vicious battle. It was then that Linkle, in her quest to find Hyrule Castle, stumbled onto the scene. She was quick to answer Rudo's plea for aid, for she knew a hero must always help those in need. Linkle leapt into battle.
Alright, back at it again inside the Water Temple with my girl Rudo. And I'm pretty sure Darunia's in this level as well, but we do not get a chance to actually play as him. We can swap back and forth between Linkle and Rudo, which we probably will do at some point because this is one of the few levels where I didn't pick up all the secrets yet despite knowing where a few of them are, so I'll probably go and grab those like if I remember. Oh yeah, by the way, I am playing on normal difficulty now, like I have been since the second episode. But that was something that was pointed out to me after I uploaded the first part, so yeah, for that entire first video, I was actually playing on easy mode, which was not at all intentional. In case you are wondering as to the reason why it was on easy mode is because the game does remember the last difficulty you played on. So like the last time I was playing through this game, I was actually going back through legend mode trying to pick up like various different heart pieces, heart containers, and stuff like that. And it's way faster to do all that on easy mode since, you know, the enemies go down a lot quicker and you can just like generally finish the missions a whole heck of a lot faster. So yeah, that's like a little tip for you guys. If you want to go back through and get some collectibles that you missed, just play on easy mode. It's a lot better that way. Unless you're going for like the difficulty specific stuff. Like I know some Skulltulas only appear if you play on hard mode and stuff like that. But to be honest, those kind of just unlock like art assets and junk. So I really stopped caring about the Skulltulas, you know, back when I was playing the Wii U version of this game. Like they really aren't the most important thing to collect in this game whatsoever. And like the thing is, I can't even really show off where the Skulltulas are in these normal missions because I've already picked them up and they don't reappear. So yeah, that was kind of like an oversight on my part because like in my Wii U Let's Play I actually did go out of my way to show off where these Skulltulas are. But you know, since I already played through the entirety of Legend mode before recording this, I picked up a lot of the collectibles and Skulltulas in that first playthrough, and didn't really think that, you know, that would kind of mess up my Let's Play since I wouldn't be able to show those off while I was recording the Let's Play. But whatever, not really that big of a deal. I mean, honestly, the main, like, I guess, appeal to Hyrule Warriors is probably the gameplay and the story anyways. Like, the collectibles, it really doesn't make that much of a difference since you can just, like, level up your characters to super high levels to give them, like, enough hearts and stuff like that. Like, really, the heart containers and heart pieces that you get make up a small fraction of the amount of hearts that your character actually has. Most of them just come from, like, leveling up and playing the game. So, they're sort of, like, way less important than they would be in like a typical Zelda game, and I'm totally okay with that. Like, it just means that you do have to put in some extra work to grind up the levels rather than, you know, getting hearts by finding them or solving puzzles and stuff like that. Like, obviously this game would not be as fun as it is if there were like a ton of puzzle solving mechanics. Like, honestly, the biggest puzzle, I guess you could say, that we have is sort of like our escort missions where we need to guide, like, these engineer Gorons to the door, for instance. Like, I know that's more like an escort mission, less like a puzzle, but, like, that's the closest thing that you'll get to a puzzle in a game like this. And, like I said, that's totally okay. It's different. Obviously, this is not meant to be a typical Zelda game whatsoever. So I'm fine with this playing more out like Dynasty Warriors than it does like The Legend of Zelda, especially since it is like a fun arcade style game that you can just play. And I think like as I get older and older, I'm liking these style of games more and more. Like I love Zelda, don't get me wrong, and I love like puzzle, action, adventure, all that jazz. Like those will always be like my favorite genre of games, but as I get older, like I'm having more of an appreciation for these I guess less popular arcadey style games where you can just like pick it up, play it. Doesn't really matter if you're like, you know, the best at it or the worst at it, you can still have a fun time. And I think that's a good thing. Like I'm glad that like anyone can play this game, get the same general experience, and have a good time. And honestly, that is one of the things I like most about Hyrule Warriors, is that it's just an always fun game to play. Like I've never ended a play session of this game and felt disappointed. So I'm glad these arcadey type games are still around. Like look at Pokken, for crying out loud. Like that was literally an arcade game before it was ported to the Wii U. So good on Nintendo for trying to keep it alive. Like generally speaking though, Nintendo has always tried to keep their games fun, but obviously not every game can be boiled down to like all action, all fun, all the time, because then you would miss out on like a good story, atmosphere, and all that other great stuff that goes into making a truly phenomenal video game. And don't get me wrong, like I love a good story in a game just as much as the next guy, but in a game like this where it doesn't take itself too seriously, I can honestly just like look past the entire story, not pay attention whatsoever, just turn off my brain and have a fun time. So I think there is something to be said about this style of game, and I think there is room for it in the video game industry. Like, you know, where games nowadays try to have like the most open and expanded, diverse world with the most like in-depth storyline. It's like, yeah, that's great and all, but sometimes I just want something to kick back on the couch with and just like casually enjoy a game. Like sometimes I don't want to invest myself and get deep into the lore of like this fictional world of this character that I spent like 90 hours on a character creation screen making just to look exactly like Morgan Freeman or something like that. Like sure, all of that is great, and like the advancements that have been made in the video game industry like over the past, you know, decade or so are amazing. Like it's incredible what we can do with games now, especially with like virtual reality, all that jazz coming up. Like it's gonna be insane what's gonna be coming out in like the next couple of years. But I don't know, man. Whenever I see like a grassroots game where it's just like, hey, this is fun, you should play it because it's fun, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play that because it's fun, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. So I still think there is definitely room in the video game industry for games like this, and I think that's the reason why like indie games especially have been sort of, you know, making tidal waves in the industry lately, just because there are indie games that are just solely based around having a good time, and it's like, yeah, these are fun, so of course I want to play these, you know, on my own and with my friends, and I'm going to tell people about them because it's just a fun overall experience. And like, I don't really know, because obviously I'm not a game developer. I don't really study the trends of like video game sales or, you know, what's popular, like what the current go-to genre is of video games. I'm just sort of like speaking as someone who plays a lot of games and knows what they like and dislike about the games that they play. So yeah, sure, like the video game industry has made some amazing advancements in like the past couple of years. Like they're incredible, and all that is good. Like I'm not saying that's bad at all, but I think maybe somewhere along the way, like they've lost sight of the main point of why someone plays the game. Like that's to be entertained and to have a good time. Like you want it to be fun. Like sure, you can make this amazingly entertaining story, but if it's not fun, the player just has to like drudge through your game just to, you know, experience the story. And I think at that point, it's more of like a chore than it is, you know, having fun. I'm curious as to what you guys think though. Like, do you like the larger open world games with like 90-hour stories, or do you enjoy maybe smaller games that are more focused on giving you small bursts of like fun? Like I'm curious as to what a majority of you guys are actually playing right now. So if you're playing any games, let me know in the comments as well, like just so I can gauge like what you guys are really more interested in. Maybe that'll sort of change how I like make content for the channel and stuff like that. Who actually knows? What I do know is that I'm gonna stop talking about this because most of you are probably sick of hearing this by now, but I could honestly go on for hours about some of this stuff, so I do often catch myself and force myself to sort of let things go, because if you do get me on a topic that actually interests me, I will like debate you on it or have a discussion with you on it for hours upon hours with like no end insight whatsoever. Like, it must be therapeutic for me or something. Maybe it's a little narcissistic because I just want like everyone to know, you know, what I think about a given topic. But I'm kind of okay with that because I think it's better to have like your own original opinions on things rather than like follow the herd anyways. I'm not saying that you should like disagree with people for the sake of like disagreeing with them, but you know, if you are presented with like all the facts and you come to a different conclusion as someone else, that's perfectly fine. Like, that's just thinking outside the box and, you know, being original. So I'm okay with like, you know, having different opinions than someone else and having like an open discussion with them or debating with them on like various different topics. In fact, I think it's kind of fun because then you learn more about the person and more about the topic. Like, someone might be able to bring up something that I completely look past in a topic, like that was completely unrelated to me, but you know, they might notice that, bring it up to me, and that might actually change my entire opinion on the entire situation. So it's kind of cool just being able to talk with a bunch of people, you know, in the YouTube comments and see all these varying different opinions, and based on that, like, it makes you have a more educated answer to pretty much anything, like any video subject. And I think that's why a lot of creators do ask comment questions, because the more answers they get, like the more educated they are on the debate at hand, and the better they can sort of answer the question themselves. Anyways, back to the game at hand. Believe it or not, we're actually almost done with this mission. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point, really the only thing left for us to do is to take out Volga. But I did say I would try and get one of the secrets in this mission, and I'm fairly certain that the keep to the left of the Lake Hylia area will spawn a chest if we clear it. Like, make sure you're out of the water temple and actually in the Lake Hylia area. That's the keep that I'm talking about. So, yeah, let's go and clear this keep real quick with Rudo and see what happens. Hopefully the AI Linkle will be able to, you know, hold off Volga and his troops and make sure Darunia doesn't die. I mean, Rudo can clear keeps pretty quickly. Like, she's super strong and really good at, like, clearing keeps and, you know, attacking large groups of enemies. Super fun to play, too. Like, she does take a while to unlock on both the Wii U and 3DS version, but, it is totally worth it just because she is a lot of fun. Alright, actually, I do need Linkle to open up this chest, so hopefully I can get over to where that chest is, open it up, and get back here in time to save Darunia, since, yeah, he's kind of surrounded by, like, Volga and a ton of enemies, so he will take a lot of damage, you know, while I'm away grabbing this chest, but hopefully he will be able to survive. And Rudo's actually going that way, too, so hopefully their combined power will be able to hold Volga off in time for me to grab whatever's inside this chest. So, let's see what we got. If I'm not mistaken, this is a heart piece. Not entirely sure. Yep, there we go. Got ourselves a lovely heart piece. Not bad at all. Alright, so yeah, the last thing that we need to do is defeat Volga. Let's not waste too much time. I'll grab this magic and then we'll make our way over to where he is so we can take him out, hopefully super quickly, and before Darunia falls. Like, he's in trouble right now, but I think I'll be able to make it over there before he's downed for good, and then I'll just go ham on Volga and we'll be good as can be. And yeah, I'm actually surprised at like how quickly we did make our way through this mission, although I probably shouldn't be, considering I keep saying this. Like, we are high level, and generally speaking, these missions are slightly shorter than like the average legend mode mission. So given that we're higher level and these missions are pretty short to begin with, shouldn't be surprising to me that like we finished these in, I don't know, maybe like under 20 minutes. I'm just gonna guess. Like, I know the first two parts were under 20 minutes, and I'm assuming that the rest of them will be under 20 minutes as well, though I can't really say for certain because obviously I haven't recorded them yet. Alright, come here, Vogel. Like, I'm really tired of you. Whoa, we got rupee drops up. Heck yeah, that's awesome. And XP up. That is even better, man. Yeah, take that giant... But wow, that really didn't do a whole lot of damage, actually. I was expecting that to do a little bit more. Maybe, like, it missed or something. I'm not really too sure. Either way, like, holy crap. We just went completely ham on Volga. He was at, like, full HP when we got up here. Now he's, like... Is he dead? He's actually dead. Wow, we killed him already. That was a lot quicker than I expected. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so now that we're done, yeah, we just have to, like, sort of wait for the dialogue to finish, the game to catch up, and then we'll be done with that mission. I cannot believe... Like, he had, like, 15% of his HP bar left, and we just, like, chunked that out with some major attack. I don't even know what I did, honestly. I was just, like, spamming buttons, but, that's sort of, you know, how you play this game. Just, like, spam buttons and hope for the best, so, yeah, like, I do not feel bad about that whatsoever, and at least we're getting a chance to go around and pick up a whole lot of good stuff that's on this field. Alright, Darunia's pretty happy. You know, we sent back the forces of evil, and, you know, saved Lake Hylia and the Water Temple. We did good, man. We did good. It's a good thing Linkle shows up, like, right in the nick of time whenever there's trouble to save the day. But it looks like we're finally done here, guys. Not bad. Sadly, it looks like we're not going to make our way to Hyrule Castle anytime soon because we keep going the wrong way, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Alright, yay, more time for menu management, hooray. I'm actually just gonna try and, like, get rid of all of these because I really don't care at this point. That's fine with me. I'll keep those two. Give me all these materials, and that's really all I ever wanted in life. Alright, so that's going to do it for the third mission of Linkle's Tale, and I think that's going to do it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.